Okay, so the false card you have, you passed, is the Queen of Cups. Yeah. What I'm seeing is I'm seeing emotions and I'm seeing work stress as well. I think you had a lot of work stress. I think you had a lot of emotional stress at the same time. And I think you weren't showing your emotions. And I can see why. Nobody wants to do that at work or anywhere else. I think you're a little bit like this queen. She has a lid on her cup, so you're keeping a lid on things. And yeah, you had to do that. You had to. You had work, you had a business thing or whatever you had to do, all your other things, you had people relying on you. But you're like this anyway, I think, a bit. You push your emotions down a lot, I think. You're actually an emotional person, but not many people get to see that side of you because you push them down. But I think I can see why you had to do this at this time, because you had a lot of work things and responsibilities. So it was really out of necessity, I think, at this time that you had to do this. And I think the reason why you were emotional was because I think you finally let go of someone. Finally, I'm saying finally because I think there was a lot of backwards and forwards here. I think you kind of let them go. They came back. Then you're kind of, oh, I don't know. Things were a bit blurred. So there's all a kind of a messy ending here. Yeah, I think you let go of them physically. Again, there's this kind of ambiguity I'm seeing here. Are we friends? Are we more? All of that kind of thing. And I think you finished all this, and I think they were trying to come back in again. I think they might have been saying, oh, let's be friends. But what I think you realised was, I think you're quite wary of them. I'm surprised the Queen of Swords isn't here, actually, because I think you knew what was going on, and I think what they were doing was they might have been edging towards some kind of friends with benefits situation, and you were not interested in that at all. You already had this ambiguity kind of going on. What are we? Who are we? And I think some of that might have been this person doing this without saying. And I don't think they would come out and say, oh, we are friends with benefits. We are this, we are that. And that's the problem. You didn't know what you were. And I think that was the end of all of that, because it was like, well, I don't want to be ambiguous. I want to know, am I in a relationship? Are we friends? Which one is it? So it was all a big mess. And it was quite difficult for you because you did have a lot of feelings for them. But I think, in the end, you just couldn't have them treat you like this. They were not treating you well. They absolutely weren't. So I think you did deal with this quite well externally, but you still had all these emotions going on, and it was very, very difficult for you. Okay, I have to say this. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but I will. You come across as being very, very measured, very calm, and people think, oh, they can handle this, they can handle that. And I think because of that, people give you more to handle. And so I think you are quite burdened by that. You have a lot of people kind of pushing things onto you. And I think this person was like that as well. It was like, oh, I know they don't want a friends with benefits, but I'll try and push that onto them. And so I'm seeing them doing that, other people doing that as well in other ways. And, I'll tell you what, I'd really just love to see you scream actually one day or lose it or something. Because I think there are people around you who deserve that. They deserve that. They need to be shocked. They need to be told. They need to learn. Leave me alone. Stop pushing me. Stop forcing me to do things that you want to do. I think some of the things you do give in to, because I think they are things that, yeah, you can handle and you think you should do them. You have a duty to do some things. But there are other things that you shouldn't have to do. And I think people keep on pushing. Even when you say no, I think they keep on pushing. And that makes me really angry. I'm quite angry. So stand up for yourself. I think that's a big message here in this card. I think you do to a certain extent, but they keep on pushing. They keep on coming back and kind of trying again and again. It's like, oh, I know they've said no, but I'll keep trying. That's what I'm getting. It's really annoying. And it really drains your energy. You get really tired. And even saying no over and over again is really exhausting. So yeah, stand up for yourself and say no. And once you've said no, say no. I've said no. I'm not going. If you ask me again, I'm not going to say anything. You might have to say that really hard line. That's what I do. I've said no, just like they're a child, just like a child in a shop. I want this sweet. I want this game. I want an ice cream. No. And if you ask me again, I'm not going to answer you. I'll just say no. I'm not engaging with you. You might have to do that. Treat them like children because they're acting like that. Okay, I'll calm down. The next card you have your past is the Four of Swords. Okay, speak about calming down. This is what this card's about. Give yourself a break. You need to give yourself a break. Now, I know it sounds impossible right now because you are very, very busy and, you have responsibilities. I know that. But I think there are a lot of things actually in your life that other people could be doing or helping you with. There's one person here. Yeah, this is what I'm seeing. I think you've taken on the burden. I think you might be caring for someone or you're helping someone. I'm seeing a regular thing, that you do for someone. You might go every week, you might go every day and help them do something. I don't think you mind, but other people could be doing this. Other people could be helping you with this and they're not doing that. They're not stepping up. That's what I'm seeing. And you can't do everything. So there's a guitar in the background. I'm really sorry about that. I hope you can't hear that. It's disturbing. Someone's playing. I said be quiet, I'm recording, and someone's playing a guitar. Okay. Sorry about that. This is great, isn't it? So professional, aren't I? So, yeah. Okay. So there's a regular thing. You do this thing for someone. You help them out. Other people should be helping. I'm actually seeing a lot of really self-important people around you. And they kind of say, oh, I'm busy. I can't do that. I can't help you. Oh, and yes, they might have responsibilities, but you do as well, probably more than them. So yeah, again, stand up for yourself and get some time to get some rest because you're doing too much. That's what I'm seeing in this card. And, look at this statue as well. It's golden. It's valuable. You're valuable. Give yourself that time. You give everyone else time and everyone else pushes and pushes you. Give yourself that time. Give it back to yourself because you're valuable. That's what I'm seeing. I'm being really bossy today, I know, and I'm really grumpy because it's all these noises. Anyway, I won't talk about that. Okay, so the last card you have your past is the Tower. Yes. Okay, nothing horrible is going to happen to you, but what I'm seeing in this card is this is about you and it's a warning. Don't let things get to this stage because what I'm seeing all in this past, all in these cards, you're doing too much, you're exhausted, people are pushing you, you say no, they keep on coming back and back and back and back. You're extremely busy, you have a full life. You need to take proper care of yourself. You need to give yourself rest, healthy food, all of that, everything you need. If you don't give yourself those things, if you don't give yourself rest especially, you might crumble like this tower. You don't want to do that. And also, what's standing out to me in this card also is this crown. You deserve this crown. This is your crown. Don't let it fall down. And you've got to let people see your crown. Let people know you have a crown. Let them know they need to respect you. You have a crown. They should respect you. That's what I'm getting in that card. And if you don't get that respect from people, they're going to keep on pushing and pushing and pushing. The other thing here is, I think what's going to happen is, because I'm looking at this, I'm seeing this person coming back and kind of wanting friends with benefits. And you've already been through this. You've been through so much heartbreak with this person, very emotional. And just be careful because they're trying to come back again. I'm seeing again in this card. But I think what's going to happen is you're going to discover a lot more about them. A lot more about them. And what's going to happen is, yeah, there's a lot they're not telling you. And I think you're going to find out something. And it's going to be a way about how they're treating other people. That's what I'm seeing. Sorry, I'm really getting tongue-tied in this reading. It's very confusing. I knew this would happen. I could see this. Yeah, they still want this friends with benefits thing. And you're not letting them get what they want. But I think you'll find out this thing. It's going to come out. And what you're going to discover is you're going to realize how they're treating other people as well. And you're going to see a pattern here. And I think that's when you might actually end up blocking them or cutting them off or something quite drastic. Because I think what you're going to find out is something quite big. And Yeah, it is quite serious because you don't normally cut people out. That's what I'm seeing. So it's quite big and quite serious. It's a big tower moment. And I think you needed that tower moment because I think you're being so easy. I don't mean you being so easy, but what I mean is you weren't letting them get what they wanted, but I think you might have still been talking to them and whatever, because I think you might have met through a work or a shared interest or something. So you had other things to talk about. But I think they used that to worm their way back in. And so I think this really had to come to an end. You really had to do something like block them or something like that. So that's what I'm seeing in that card. I'm really sorry this is so confusing. I'm trying my best. Okay. The first card you have your presence, the King of Wands. So I think this is really a thing. I think this is really showing you that, again, you need to try and eliminate everything that's in your way, all the people that are in your way, all the things that are in your way, everyone that's telling you to do things, all these extra things that you shouldn't be doing, because you want to get up and you want to do things for yourself. You've got things that you want to do. You've got big plans. I think you've got work plans, you've got business plans, you've got things you want to do. You can't do them. And it's like this king, he's sitting there and he's on the edge of his seat and he wants to get up, but he's not getting up yet. And that's how you are. You're on the edge of your seat. You're like, I want to do this, I want to do that, but I can't because I've got all these little things I have to do. I've got all these burdens. People expect this, people expect that. So, you know, obviously there are some responsibilities that you won't be able to ignore. But again, there are some things you shouldn't be doing. So I think this is another reminder, because it's all through this reading. Look through everything that you do. See what you can outsource. See what you can cut out. Go through everything very, very carefully. Try and pare everything down. Minimize everything. You really, really need to do that. And I think you also need to try and cut some voices out of your head as well. You know, turn your phone off. Don't answer people right away. And learn to say no. Learn to say no. The next card you have your presence, the Page of Swords. Here's this person again. Okay, I don't know what stage you are, what stage you're at with them right now. I don't know if you've had this tower moment or not. I don't know whether you've blocked them or not. If you haven't, or even if you have, this is a sort of person again. You've got all these people around you all the time. They won't take no for an answer. I don't think they're forceful. I don't think they'll force themselves back into your life or anything like that. But what they do is they come in very subtle ways, I think. They hang on to things. They're hanging on to you. They're hanging on to this situation. They're hanging on to the idea that, yes, they'll give me what they want. And, you know, they're very arrogant. That says arrogance to me. And if what I was seeing in the tower is correct, they've been treating other people in this way as well. Yeah, they knock on a lot of doors and see who's going to answer. That's their mindset. Who's going to say yes to me? Let's see. So I think what's happening now is they're probably lurking. They're looking at your social media, maybe to see if they can DM you or whatever. You know, you're a very, very strong person, but also they can be a very charming person as well. And they can be quite persuasive as well. I know this reading sounds like you're a weak person. You're not. You just have all these very difficult people around you. So don't feel weak. Don't feel as if it's your fault. It's not your fault. All I can say is keep the crown on your head when they try to come back and they try to DM you or message you. Keep the crown on your head. Remember who you are. And most of all, remember your worth. That's the most important thing. Remember your worth, not just with them, but with everyone else who's in your life. You have so many of these people in your life. I'm really angry with them all. Okay, the last card you have your presence, the Two of Swords. Okay, so here's this person again. Yeah, oh, wow, I'm exhausted looking at this. You're probably so exhausted. You really are, I think. So this is about this situation. You know, you're taking care of this person, I think. You're going to see them maybe weekly, maybe daily. And it's quite a serious situation, actually. And this isn't just about you and this burden. This is about this person that you're helping. Because I think what's going to happen is they're going to need more help as time goes on. And I think you can see that. And it's about decisions that need to be made. There are decisions that have to be made about this. and nothing's being done. And I think you're just continuing to care for them or do whatever you're doing or help them out or whatever this is. You're in this kind of treadmill of helping them, and somebody else is just sitting there watching you, like this woman with their blindfold on, and they don't want to see what's happening. They're happy for you to just carry on as normal. That's what I'm seeing. So, but something has to be done, because I think things are going to be more difficult as time goes on, and you know that. They're very, very stubborn. So, I hope it doesn't come to this, but I know this is very specific. If this is a medical situation, it might not be that, but that's the feeling I'm getting here. I think it might be something medical. You might have to call in a professional, or some kind of a medical professional maybe, or someone else. You might have to get someone to step in and be on your side, because I don't think this person's taking you seriously. And I think even if you do stand up to them, even if you have this great big huge crown that's covering up your whole head, they're still not going to listen to you. So I think you're going to bring someone else in, or you're going to have to bring someone else in, a professional or something like that. This is just one of many problems you have with people who don't listen to you. But yeah, you might actually eventually have to do something quite drastic if this keeps going in the same direction. That's if this is all resonating with you. But yeah, it's another example of, you help people and then they take advantage of you. That's what I'm seeing in this whole reading. The first card you have for your future is the Hermit. Okay. This is what you need to be. You need to be in this Hermit mode. You need to be in Four of Swords mode and in Hermit mode. This is what you need to do. And I think this is what you're going to do, because you're going to be saying, I'm so exhausted. I've had enough of everyone. I'm just going to do this. I'm not going to answer the phone. I'm not going to answer the door. That's it. Enough. It feels like stop the world. I want to get off. That's what it feels like. And that's what you're going to do. That's what you're going to do. Now, you're probably not going to have a big, huge chunk of time to do that. It's not like you're going to have a week off or a day off or something, because I really think there are a lot of things that you need to do, so you can't really do that. But you might be taking a few hours here, an afternoon, an evening. So it's going to be snatches of time, and you're going to take them for yourself. You're going to do this, and you're not going to feel guilty. I think you've had enough of that. No more of that. And that's what you're going to do. And I think what's going to develop out of this time is you're going to get some new strategies to deal with these people. You're going to really clear your head, settle down and think, right, what do I need to do? I'm in this mess. All these people are bothering me. What am I going to do? And I think you might even write things down, because you're very well organized. I think you might write down a strategy or even some kind of a chart or something like that, because that's what you like. And it's really good. You're very well organized. And you're going to sort it all out very carefully. And then you're going to do something about this. You might even get books and things like that on how to kind of manage time, how to manage people. You know how to do that. I think you know how to manage people because you do it in your workplace very well. You're very good there. But I think in other areas of life, you have all these other people trying to kind of encroach on you. So I think that's going to come out of that. I think also a lot of ideas are going to come out of that. And then you're going to work out, how can I get this time? How can I do what I want? Which is what I was seeing in the King of Wands. So you're going to do all that. So it's all going to start opening up for you when you get this time to yourself, because that's what you need. Yeah, I just really, really want to see you do this. I really hope this resonates, because I want to see, not the horrible bits, but I hope this time out does resonate with you, because I want you to stop this daily battle with all these entitled people that are everywhere, all over you, exes, family members, everyone. You need to follow your own purpose. You need to follow your own life. They're all following their lives. They're all doing what they want because they've got you to do things for them. You've got to stop that. You've got to reverse that. The next card you have for your future is the Five of Swords. Wow, this reading is all about this. It's just everywhere. So I really hope it doesn't resonate, because it's absolutely exhausting. I've never seen a reading like this for you. It's just okay. So you're walking away. You're walking away from the whole mess, similar to the Hermit card. I think you are going to come back again to everyone. You are going to face everyone again. I think you just need this break. You just need that time. Now, if you look at these two men, this is another thing here. They're walking away, but they're walking toward the water. And what I was seeing in the Queen of Cups was that you were keeping a lid on your emotions. And I can understand why that was, you know, all those reasons. You had to be professional and all that kind of thing. But when you spend this time by yourself, I think this might be a really good time for you to start to let those emotions out in some way, because you've been keeping a lid on them, and I think you need to let them out. And when you're by yourself, that's going to be a safe place and time for you to do that. So don't do this unless you're really ready to do that. But try to do that at a safe time, and then you can get them out of the way. You might want to write things down. You might even want to cry. You might want to listen to some sad music. I don't know. But try and let those emotions out if this is what you want to do, if this resonates. And then you'll be fresh. And when you come back and face all these people and these things again, you'll have let the emotions out. You'll have a strategy. You'll know what to do, and you'll be managing all this a lot better. But firstly, you need this time out. You need to walk away, and you need to be in hermit mode first. Okay, this is starting to make a bit more sense now. It was so mixed up before, but yeah, because it's mixed up to me because it is very, very messy and very difficult. Okay, so the last card you have, your futures, the Four of Pentacles. Yes, so again, this person who wants friends with benefits, again, they're going to come back. They're going to try and encroach themselves onto you. This man is not letting go of these coins. This person doesn't want to let go of you, which is absolutely ridiculous, because they don't want a relationship. You don't want a relationship. They just want what they want and be free as well. And they want to lock you in and force you into this. Say no, absolutely say no, block them, do all that. You might not have done this at this stage. I don't know when this Tower moment's going to happen. You will do that after you find that out. But yeah, say no to this. This is one of many people that you're going to have to say no to when you come back from this time away. You'll know how to deal with all of this. But yeah, absolutely say no to them. And look at this card. Look at this crown. So you've got your crown. This man has a crown, and there's a big, huge coin sitting on top of the crown. So you've got a crown, and they're trying to force themselves on top of your crown. So take them off, get rid of all these people, especially this one, and show everyone your crown. So that's there again in that card.